Hey there, it's Chris from Retzone. I just wanted to do a quick blip video for you guys. I had a friend of mine give me this old white Xbox 360. I've always wanted one for part of my collection, but I know they all red ring of death, so I believe this is a Jasper one. He gave this to me because when I fired it up, it would run for about 5 minutes and then it would do a red ring of death. I looked up the red ring of death code, and it wasn't the typical, the GPU has desoldered itself or anything like that. This was a overheating problem. So I took this apart, and it was a solid dust bunny inside. Like, there was zero airflow in this guy. So I blew it out, cleaned it up, put it back together, and it actually worked. But what surprised me is I haven't owned one of these for many years, because the two that I did own both red ringed to death on me, and I just sent them to e-waste. It wasn't worth the effort. I did believe I tried the blanket trick on one of them, and it got it working for a while, and then the GPU slowly desoldered itself again. And then I ended up getting the 360 Slim, which I still own and use today, and it's fabulous. But one thing I did notice about this thing is I can't believe how loud this is. I don't remember these being so loud. So I'm just going to fire this up, and you guys can hear how loud this thing is. Sorry about the banding issue on the TV. I'm not sure what's going on there. So this is max fan speed for this thing. It is quite loud. And I do admit that when I played it back in the day, it was probably about 5 feet away from me, next to the TV, of course. So maybe it didn't sound as loud being 5 feet away, but being next to this thing right now is just, it's ridiculous. I also wanted to point out the power supply on this thing is absolutely massive. I still can't believe how the Xbox One S and even the Series X have internal power supplies, but I mean, this thing is just absolutely massive. Like, it is literally as wide as the console. And the amperage ratings on this thing are ridiculous. This outputs 203 watts, which is 12 volts at 16.5 amps. 16.5 amps. That's a lot of power. Also, another thing is I've never taken one of these apart myself, but I know there is a small fan in here, because sometimes when they get old, they start getting noisy. But there you have it. Here is a white Xbox 360. I'm pretty sure it's the Jasper one, because when I took it apart, it had the additional heatsink on the GPU. Sorry, well, I guess it's a heat pipe, but heatsink, heat pipe. So I just wanted to show how loud this was. I don't remember these being so loud. It's freaking loud. But it's a white working Xbox 360, and it's great that I have it in my collection. And oh, looks like the drive decided not to work. Yeah, oh. Well, it was working. Oh, that's right, you gotta give it a little smack on top there. Probably needs a new belt in the drive. But this brings back a lot of memories. Okay, just for comparison, this is the 360e console, and I just wanted to show how quiet this was compared to the other console. Now, I did refer to the other console as a Jasper. I'm incorrect. It doesn't have an HDMI port. So it's either a Xenon or a Opus, according to what I found on the internet. But I think it's an Opus. Pretty sure. No, sorry, it's a Xenon. According to the power plug on the back, it's a Xenon. So I guess this one was sent back for RMA, and they put the additional heat pipe on the GPU because the Jaspers came with that by default. So anyway, let's just fire this up here, and you can hear the difference. So the sad thing is this console is so quiet, you are probably hearing my PC in the background rather than the console itself. This thing is just like the Xbox One and the One S and even the Series X. You cannot hear it. I mean, I can hear it a little bit. You definitely hear it when you pop a disc in, though. I mean, the drive is probably the loudest thing about this. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a quick show here. This is the 360E, which is the second generation Slim. I do have a first generation Slim. It is just as quiet, but that one's buried under my TV. This one I have loose, so it was easier to hook up and show you. So there you go. Alright, that's it for the Retzone Blip video. Catch you later. Thanks for watching.